Hello? Can people out in Twitch space hear us? We only ask because, once again, I am back in my actual abode. What's up, Nasir? So, I'm hosting the stream. So if anything's a little bit different, it's because I have taken over once again. James no longer has to stress out and live sleepless nights worrying about
the Joker.
What to do. Exactly. The Batman who laughs. Okay.
The Batman who cries.
Well, that's you, John. So we're glad to
No, I just laugh so I can cry.
Whoa! Thank you to the anonymous donator for the
Woo!
5 tier 1 subaroos. We appreciate it muchly.
Ooh, Submarinos.
Subrinos. Subadoodles. That's sweet. Okay, well.
Stop while you're ahead, Rob.
Subadoodles.
Hallelujah. Sabarino.
Subaludos. Okay, I'm done.
Nope.
No. Nothing will stop. Nothing.
I think we just lost a viewer.
Oh, how do you unsub? I didn't know you could do that. Alright. As I was trying to say, it has been, unfortunately, a couple of weeks since we last streamed Spelljammer Tears of the Moon. First, Matt had a wedding engagement, and then, unfortunately, our dear James contracted the plague, but he has now recovered and is feeling at least a little bit better. Well enough to appear as our wonderful helmsman, Precordian. So, thank you for those of you who didn't forget that we were out here, and that there is still a Tears of the Moon stream on at 8 p.m. Eastern every single Wednesday. That's for the people on YouTube. Let's say hi, YouTube, because we actually have quite a few people watching us on YouTube now, which is astounding, but apparently people are digging the Spelljammer content as of late.
Yeah, basically we're already beating PewDiePie's subscriber counts.
That is a slanderous lie. Please don't sue us, PewDiePie. I know you're moving to Japan right now, so don't spoil that by getting into litigation with one John Dorkwinkle. His words, not ours.
Dorkwinkleless, actually. That's I've been knighted. So.
Oh, Sir Dorkwinkle. Sorry.
Winkleless.
Winkleless. God, they really did. They really did upgrade you. I don't know who knighted you, but they should take it back.
Yeah, no, it's I was at a fair, and this lady looked like the queen. Had a lot of stains on her dress.
No. Quit while you're ahead. That's the end of that. That's the end of John's story time for the week, everybody. Maybe next week he'll get a full one in before I get worried enough to cut him out.
Don't worry, it'll be a story time animated.
Please no. I'm not paying for that. Okay, so a couple of announcements before we get started. Firstly, I want to give big shout outs to all of our fellow Spelljammer streamers out there, namely Better Than Heroes, the OGs, God Mode with his fantastic and varied account of Spelljammer, Tales of the Voidfarer, and also Jorfdan for doing his lore videos. I'm sure you're all well aware of him. We will hopefully soon be putting together a collaboration of sorts, some interesting content for the viewers of both Twitch and YouTube to enjoy. Stay tuned for that. Besides the video and audio content, we are going to be soon publishing some text-based content, some free supplements regarding the running of the game, as well as some stat blocks and accompanying art, all made up really nicely by our fantastic graphic designer and editor, Rolozen, more or less formally known as Lorenzo. Thank you, Lorenzo, for all your hard work on that to date. So, without further ado, I believe it is high time that we recapped what happened in the first episode of Arc 2. Coming to your ears live now is none other than the venerable and much lauded private aboard the Artemis, now the ship temporarily known as the Choo Choo Train, Private Archibald, otherwise known to his friends as Chutney. Private's Log, Entry 2. My physician aboard the Arrow of Justice said it would be good for me to frequently orate my thoughts. I've tried everything at this point, so I suppose I should give it a go.
Hold on, I'm watching.
It's been about 5-10 days since the incident happened, and I haven't felt the same since. Having to share my mind with pain was brutal. The intensity of their emotions was just too much to handle. If it wasn't for your presence, Eris, I would have never gotten through the ordeal. Thankfully, Captain Icarus and his crack team of medics were able to separate my essence from the crystal eye, restoring me back to my former brilliance. But it came at a terrible cost. Unbeknownst to any aboard the ship, Pain's power was much greater than any could predict. They remained inside the crystal eye and took over the body completely. It was a massacre. As soon as the ritual was completed, Pain incinerated the elven clerics, burst out of the infirmary and hijacked one of the elven flitters on the docks. They flew the damned thing incredibly fast, so quick that the scrambling man-o'-wars were incapable of stopping the ship. Who knows where Pain fled to? All I know is that I pity the poor souls who may find themselves the victims of their immense power. Icarus asked me if I wanted to go one step further and separate my essence from Eris, but you asked that I refrained. I wasn't sure what to do after that. I pondered reconciling with Agamor's platoon, but thought better of it. The only place I'd ever truly been accepted was aboard the Artemis, so I'd made my way back to Brawl in the hopes I'd intercept the crew while they were delivering Luigi's cookbook. As fate would have it, I found Precordium at the bar formerly known as the Laughing Beholder. For weeks he was obsessing over a new moniker. It seems he has settled on Equinox for now. Finally, though, we are departing on a new mission. There are newly acquired members aboard Precordium's new ship, which I've been affectionately calling the Mallard, though a passing Doa was quick to inform me of how offensive using such a term was. I don't know what to think of our new passengers quite yet. Chernobog seems a worthy crewmate, big and strong. He could probably carry many watermelons. But that Hadozi, he is much too cool, and I fear I am in danger of losing my status as company mascot. Can't be having that. Apparently we are to escort a famous arena fighter by the name of Diamond Hands to the planet of Chandos. I'd never heard of him before I'd met Precordium, but he never stopped talking about him. I think he has an action figure that looks like Diamond Hands somewhere around here. Maybe my physician is right. I do feel a bit better now. How about you, Eris? Do you have anything you want to get off of your chest? Oh! Aha! Oh! Oh my! Bully! Okay. That should mark the end of Chutney's recap. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had fun making it.
It's wacko.
I like it a lot.
Some hints into what was going on with poor Chutney while he was away from the crew aboard the Arrow of Justice. But to everyone's delight, he is back, the true and only mascot of the ship temporarily known as the Choo Choo Train.
Yep. And finally, we can order those chutney dakimakras.
Not only, I'm coming for his neck.
Last week because it's last week. Okay. Well, as hopefully most of the audience recalls, we left off last session in the swanky, upmarket jazz bar that belongs to Diamond Hands, the champion of the Arena of Blood, and soon-to-be challenger to the throne of Chandos's fighting arena. Just before we get started, I have another special treat for the audience, and this one is of the ocular variety. Thank you, once again, JC Flores, for creating another fantastic piece of art for the stream. Without further ado, I present you all Diamond Hands in all his glory. Please do note the cowboy boots, the tight leather pants,
Ooh.
his
That's awesome.
fighter's robe, the platinum prosthetics with the diamonds upon the knuckles and finger joints, as well as his black cowboy hat atop his head. There he is.
Look at that guy.
Isn't he cool?
Believe it or not, he is, and believe it or not, the most expensive part of his outfit was the tight leather pants.
That's true. They definitely were expensive, Nucci leather pants.
Yeah, it's the material.
That's right. And the logo. The logo always increases the value tenfold.
Oh yeah.
Alright, well. Diamond Hands laid out some home truths, some trade secrets, some of his own personal matters with the party. He let you all in on the fact that he is not exactly the most keen member of Alkmaar Namur's retinue. In fact, it might be said that he wants to break his contract between he and the Big Bill Fight Maker. But it seems as though there is no wiggle room for any type of negotiation. And thus, Diamond Hands is seeking to flee the presence of Alkmaar Namur and has implored you for your assistance in such an endeavor. To which it sounds the party are both happy and willing to assist, especially seeing as Diamond Hands has promised you a hefty percentage of his fight card income. Just to sweeten the deal a little bit.
You want that money.
You do. So, the piano player plays in the bar. The beautiful and up-and-coming of the Leyland spaceport mingle and wonder about the patron of Diamond Hands, who sips on yet another bourbon, contemplating what is the next step in his grand plan of escape.
Oh, Diamond Hands, what's the next step in your grand plan of escape?
Oh, well, I suppose most of it has been pretty much laid out, but there are a few things I need to attend to here in the spaceport before we get going, if you don't mind.
Sure, but why not? I mean, I get to see my teacher again, so I'm pretty happy about that. Sooner we get on the way, better.
Yeah. Whatever that's about. I gotta go to the Lofted Gardens real quick to pick up some medicine. Do you want to come with me, or should I meet you back at the Spelljammer?
I mean, Captain, do you need me anywhere else?
Wait, you're talking to me?
Yes, you're the captain, aren't you?
Yes, I am the captain. And yes, we will be going with Diamond Hands because he is under our protection. So, no wiggle room here. You have to come with us wherever we go.
Okay.
Sorry, Cherno.
Sure.
Alright, well, we should probably get going before I drink any more of these. And he slams down the tumbler on the table, stands up, gives a wink to the barman, corrects his cowboy hat, and starts trotting out the room, his spurs clinking in his wake.
Yeah, I follow him.
Okay, we're all gonna follow. Diamond Hands gets into the lift. It descends. You all walk out onto the street. Diamond Hand holds his hand up for a passing by rickshaw. Pulling along the rickshaw is a peculiar individual. He has the lower half of a humanoid of small proportions, but the top of his body is that of a fish. He has bulbous, glazed over eyes that never blink, a wide, like puckered mouth filled with dagger-like teeth. He starts to gurgle before he lets out a wild blah.
Yeah.
Just the man I was looking for. Everybody, I'd like you to meet a good friend of mine. This is a ferryman Terry, the Kuatoa.
He's sick.
No,
Hello.
that's just the way he is.
That's normally the noise sick creatures make.
No, that's how Kuatoa talk. Now, let's not be mean to the nice man who's going to give us a ride. Ain't that right, Terry? Raw.
Oh. Yeah, the universe is very wide and varied. I imagine it'd be the opposite, but I guess this also works.
Oh, if you think Kuatoa is scary, little Ortlin, you wait until you see some of the things out there in space.
It's just his eyes. I don't know if he's alive or not.
One of the eyes, which is like kind of placed on the side of his narrow fish head, is as fixed onto you, Apta. He just will not break his stare.
We'll just hop in the car.
Alright, take us to the Lofted Gardens, Terry. You know the way. Terry salutes, lets out another blah blah, and takes off at a speed that cannot be possible for such an overladen, small humanoid. But he breaks through all of the traffic and swerves around corners and through alleyways before he screeches to a halt 10 minutes later before the much lauded vaulted gardens, the Lofted Gardens. A place where you have all spent, well, I don't know about all of you, but certainly Precordium has spent a
Just
very,
three.
very ritzy night on Icarus's tab.
Yes. Remember the good old days, Chutney, when you ate all the watermelon you could and got us in a lot of trouble?
That was still never proven that it was me. It could have been Jeremiah stiffing the bill. Yes, set me up. Remember, you said that.
I don't know. I specifically remember there being, like, watermelon corpses, and I only say corpses because of just the state of them.
Someone would most definitely make it look like a crime scene, some sort of murder spree to make it look like it was me. You said the very same.
Alright. I don't know why you're contesting this. It's not like you're on trial right now.
Why is he still asking me about this? He was the one who tried to defend me all the way back then. That was ridiculous.
Don't mind Chutney, he's going through a hard time right now, Diamond Hands.
Yeah.
Separation anxiety.
Yeah, just just keep him away from my stuff. I know that his kind prone to explosive combustion. Someone say explosive?
I think he was talking about your personality.
Oh, well, what a compliment, little squishy Aptar.
Oh no, that was Diamond Heads.
Oh, I thought that it was your extrapolation. Oh well, do you really think he was calling me explosive? Well, if he did, then I'm warming up to him. Maybe he is as good as Precordium always says. Doesn't look anything like the action figure, though.
Yeah. The Diamond Heads were actually bigger.
Oh, how did you hear my thoughts?
Chutney, you know that we can hear you when you talk like that, right?
Talk? I'm not talking, I'm thinking.
Alright. Hi, Jeremiah, how's it going? How's your muffin stand doing?
Well, hello
business.
there, sir. It's a pleasure to see you again, Master Precordium.
You as well. Any luck? I don't know if they've had another cooking competition, but...
Oh, no. It's gonna be a good, maybe a 6 more 10 days, sir, before another contest.
Wow. There's not like an offshoot show where they just do baking that you could hop on?
Oh, I've been offered many a crystal broadcasted cooking show, but my passion is here at the Lofted Gardens.
Well, boy, am I glad you're here, because we need a serving of muffins and also medicine. I didn't know there was medicine here.
Oh, I see. Yes, Mr. Diamond Hands is in your stead. Well, I'm sure Cloris is expecting you, sir. That's right, Jeremiah. I gotta go up real quick now. I gotta get going for a big bout over in Chandos. Gotta teach a kid called Shuffle some new moves. Oh well, don't let me get in your way. Complimentary muffins, of course. Don't mind if I do. Anybody else takes a muffin?
I definitely take a muffin.
Roll a con save. I'm kidding.
He's poisoning us. He's jealous that we won.
He got stiffed with part of the chutney bill, and he'll never forgive you.
I will also take a muffin.
Okay.
I can't eat it.
I'll take Apta's muffin.
Alright.
Fair enough.
Pray you take a muffin.
Oh, of course.
Okay. Everyone's muffed
You-
up.
Why do you have to even ask?
Right. So, muffins in hand, you wander through the porcelain hall that leads into the lobby of the Lofted Gardens, to which Diamond Hands makes a beeline for the crystal shafts, the elevators that take you up to the very top of the building. Once there, he walks across a large mezzanine level to a glass room. It looks like a greenhouse. Inside are flora of a myriad of exoticism, and clearly all exist within a space that would not typically host their independent environments. There are jungle trees, as well as evergreens, desert succulents, and filter plants, to name a few. Diamond Hands will push the main door open and allow himself in, and he'll hold the door open for the rest of you to follow.
I head right in.
Okay. Everybody follows behind. But besides yourselves and Diamond Hands, there is another individual in the garden. A slender, incredibly narrow-faced elf. He has long blonde hair that trails down and over his shoulders, a pair of sparkling silvery eyes, and he wears a white tunic over which is a cream set of dungarees and some thick-heeled leather boots. Well, if
Sorry, what is a dungaree?
You don't know what
I like
dungarees
that
are?
word. I like that word.
Dungarees are the jean. They have straps that come down to the mid.
Overalls.
Well, I mean, they're a little bit different to that. I don't know. I guess you could call them overalls. I think we have a specific word for them in the British tongue. I don't know if there's a American
How do you
word or they're just it's spelled D-U-N-G. Dungarees.
I've definitely
They're
heard of it
overalls.
before.
Yeah, they're overalls. Dungaree.
Dungaroo.
I can't believe that this is a Britishism that I wasn't aware was exclusive to my mind. But there you go. There's your word for the day, everyone. Dungaree.
What charming dungarees you have on, sir.
Me too, Nasir. I did not know that it was a British exclusive expression. Well, now we know. Oh, well, thank you. I sewed them myself using only the finest natural products. Oh, Diamond Hands, you're here a couple of days late. How's your condition been? Oh, well, just fine. Thanks for Thanks for asking, Cloris, but I could do with a top-up on my prescription. Oh, well, yes, of course. I have one vial saved up here. You can take it as you wish. So Cloris will hand over a small vial that is worked into the shape of almost like an androgynous elven individual. Can't tell whether it's a male or female. With a stoppered cork in the top. The liquid inside is it's like a bright violet, and it's traced with this shimmering, almost spectral, iridescent silver glow on the outside. Thank you, Cloris. I have a special request as well. You see, I'm going to be traveling for at least a couple of 10 days, and I'm running dangerously low on the celestial dew. Would it be at all possible if I borrowed the stellar lily? Oh, well, I hate to be negative, Diamond Hands, but I can't lease the stellar lily to you. As you full well know, it's the prized possession of Mr. Alkmaar Namur, and I don't believe he'd be best pleased if it went missing. He does visit it quite often. I understand, Cloris. I'm not trying to get you in trouble or nothing. I just thought maybe the arrangement had changed or something, you know. Maybe you could do me a favor. I'm sure you could put a normal lily in its place and he wouldn't even know the difference. Oh, well, that's quite funny. I don't believe that you're aware of what a budding horticulturalist Mr. Namur is. He takes great pride in his botany.
Wait, was that a butt joke there?
I'm sorry, I don't quite understand.
I don't think his humor has quite blossomed.
You said budding.
Yes, it's the process of the germination of the seeds into flowers.
But you used it to refer to men.
Yes.
Is joke.
It is?
Like pun.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Oh, I believe it's a thing like wordplay.
Oh. Must be some sort of exotic poetry I'm not familiar with.
It took me a while to get it to. Don't worry.
While they're talking, could I take a look around at the plants they have out?
Sure. Do you want to roll a perception check to try and see if there's anything that catches your eye, or are you examining the individual plants and trying to recall knowledge regarding those plants?
Yeah, I have no previous knowledge, so I'm just seeing what looks nice. And
Okay.
I was thinking I could use a divine sense too to see if anything stands out.
Go for it. You don't sense the presence of any celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet of you. Your perception check garners you a thorough survey of the area ahead of you. There are beautiful plants on every corner, as well as some fungi as well.
Are there...
One of the most beautiful plants here is there's like a cherry blossom tree and a wisteria tree. A lot of blossoming flowers coming up from waterbeds. There's hydrangea. But the one that definitely stands out, it's on its own. Most of these are in groups or bushels, is a singular lily that is in a terracotta pot. It has a glass casing on top and on its base. The stem of the lily is a glowing silver, but the flower is a bright violet.
So that's most likely the celestial lily they're talking about.
Seems like it could be.
We didn't get the name of the person in the dungarees, did we?
Clarice is the name of the person.
Clarice. Okay.
Mhm.
I'll ask. If I was looking to keep a plant on a ship, what would I get?
On a Spelljammer?
Yes.
Well, are we talking about standard flora or magical flora?
I mean, I only have 10 gold on me, so
Oh, so something fairly regular. What's your preference? Are you interested in desert succulents, temperate
I mean,
trees?
probably something that's easy to take care of.
Something easy to take care of. I would say a cactus is a fairly good starter. Maybe a prickly pear.
Sure. How much?
Oh. I've never really sold plants to anyone before. I suppose time, labor, emotional investment. They're my babies, you know. 2 silver for a small prickly pear.
Sure. Yeah. I hand over. I only have gold coins, so I'll need some change, I guess. But here's again a gold
Yes,
coin.
I can make you out some change. Let me just go to my desk in the back. All right, good cover. Now go steal that lily.
I'm already standing directly underneath the case.
Oh, where'd it
Wait,
go?
why are we wait, hold on.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Why are we stealing the lily?
I need it
Okay.
For what?
for my illness.
What illness?
I'm sick.
Well, let me
You're
take
down
a
with
look
the
at you.
sickness?
Is he sick?
I'm
Can
down
I-
with the sickness.
Is he sick?
You know who's sick? That guy is sick.
Who?
Clarence, or whatever the hell his name
Oh,
is.
Cloris. No, he's all right. He's just a bit square.
A bit.
Yeah, more than a bit.
Oh no, but Rob, is Diamond Hand sick?
Do you want to roll?
Can I tell if he's sick?
Yeah, roll a medicine check.
I mean,
Well,
he is
oh.
sick.
I mean,
But
he's
is he sick?
But is he sick? Woo! 23 for Big Bellinus. It's not often you get the chance to examine a red dragonborn Bellinus. Their physiology is obviously slightly different to your standard humanoid. It's not as closely aligned to humans or elves or smaller folk, but they do share a host of similarities. The scales, particularly on a dragonborn, are a keen indicator of the individual's underlying health, much like how fingernails or hair can be a powerful symptom of some underlying unwellness. From the look of his chest and his tail, it's clear for you to see that he has covered the edges of all his scales in makeup in order to hide something. You think that is an indication that there is something wrong with him.
Well, if I believe that he's actually sick and that this is his medicine for that, then I would actually try to steal this fucking
Okay.
lily.
Would you like
So
to try and stealth towards the lily so that
I
Forrest
would.
doesn't see you do it? Okay, go for it.
Wait, so is he in another room right now, or?
Cloris, he went to the very back of the greenhouse, and he's like fumbling through his drawer because he's never sold a plant before. He doesn't know where his change is to like make up for a
Okay.
gold piece.
it's a 16.
Okay. You begin to edge your way forward, almost effortlessly gliding between the jungle trees. And now you're right next to the glass case.
Do I see is it just like a glass dome set on top?
So there's a glass base, then a terracotta, and then above the flower and the terracotta pot is a is a glass dome. So you could take the whole base and the dome.
Is it locked? Is there like anything holding it to the table? It's just a pot on a table.
There's a glass base with a pot and then a glass dome over it. On top of a table.
I just want to take a close look to make sure that it's not going to trigger some kind of magical alarm.
Yeah, roll me a investigation check.
I'm not great at those.
Oh shoot.
Is it time to be a bad guy?
Oh god.
13.
13. Looks fairly innocuous to you.
I wanna point my finger at it and cast Dispel Magic.
What are you pointing your finger at?
At the... So it's like a glass canister or like thing on top of a
Right.
pedestal, right?
Think Sleeping Beauty, right?
Yeah. I want to cast it on the pedestal,
Okay, you want to cast it on...
and I'm gonna do it subtly.
Okay, so you cast it on the pedestal. You subtly cast it so that no one is aware that you are doing so.
Do I feel any magical
You feel something like
release?
the air, like there's like a snapping in the air around you.
All right, it should be good.
I'm gonna carefully lift the pot up.
Okay. With the base?
The glass, it's on like a
You're taking
glass.
the whole glass feature, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. You reach towards it. Roll me a sleight of hand check to do so without making any noise.
Yeah. 28.
Okay. You take your hand and your tail and you start to wrap them around the back of the glass base and you slowly glide it towards the edge of the table. It teeters and then drops off and you catch it in the other hand without making a sound.
And then I'm just going to leave.
Okay, you're gonna just...
I'm just going to walk out the door
Walk out.
and go to the... I'm going to the train.
Okay, where are you gonna put the whole glass thing? Are you gonna conceal
I'm
it?
carrying it.
You're just...
I'm going to throw I'm going to take my trench coat off and throw it over it.
Okay.
And then just walk with it like it's a dinner tray.
I'm
Back to
gonna
the train.
subtly cast Silent Image and create a replica of the
Nice.
lily on top of the stand.
Very good. Okay, so you create a silent image replica of the stellar lily, in its case, atop the podium where it was placed. You guys wait maybe another 20 seconds while Cloris gathers the requisite amount of silver pieces to give change to Chernobog. He walks, he eyes the lily proudly, carries on forward, hands a small potted prickly pear to Chernobog and his money.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll put this in my new quarters. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You have a great day. Thank you for the plant.
Oh, you're more than welcome. I'm
Yeah,
very...
Cherno's trying to branch out with his hobbies, you know?
Yes, well, that's good. One should pick up several hobbies. I'm sure this hobby will grow on you as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be
Yeah.
leafing now.
You want to help me prune some bushes?
Oh,
Wow,
no.
this really has you stumped. Have a great day.
Farewell.
Okay. Bye. I mean, grr. And that leaves.
Grr.
It's
leave
it's villain time.
As the door closes behind you, Diamond Hands grins and he just holds a fist out towards you all.
Fist bump.
He bumps your fist. Hell yeah.
Right. Let's blow this joint.
All right.
We got you 2 plants, Cherno. That's the benefits of working with this crew.
Oh, you cannot believe what we have just got our hands on.
Yeah.
Alright, you have to be honest with me, because we've had incidents with drug dealers in the past on our ship. Is this drugs?
No, it's the most powerful medicine known to anyone, anywhere. It can cure any ailment. Well,
Diamond Hands, do you mind if I check you out?
I mean, I've been seen to by a lot of doctors, but I'll be happy to let you take a look at me on the ship.
Yeah,
Alright.
let's
Yeah.
leave before the 10 minutes are up. Let's just go.
All right.
I didn't know prickly pears are so valuable.
Oh, not.
No, not that.
Yeah. Hey.
Were you not
Hey,
paying attention? We did a whole heist.
I mean, I was talking to the lady the whole time. I was up at the
Oh,
front
we
with her.
heisted something really, really valuable, and we gotta grab it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
It's
gotta
one of
get
those
out of
things,
here.
Bell. Okay.
I don't know how
All right.
long it's gonna take before he goes and tries to pick up that flower and realizes that ain't the real one.
Right. Well, I just grabbed Bell, and then I start
I'm-
walking
Bell's
towards.
I'm
already
done.
gone. He
Crap.
he took the flower.
He's off.
Hey,
Alright.
Bell, you arrive at the lobby.
I like
and
to
watch
imagine
out.
Bell ran away with it above him, his head. And he was
running around like a gibbon.
yeah.
I got a jar of dirt.
I love gibbons.
They're great.
They're so cute. Hey, Equinox.
I'm pretty courting right now. We're good
Oh.
guys right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
I
about
need-
that. You just committed like grand theft.
Yes, but it was to save a life.
I guess you're right.
Wait. Do we need to make another organization if we're doing anti-hero things? Because now we have to be villains.
the
Now anti-hero.
anti-hero
Yeah.
angle. That is good. We'll have to think on that.
Okay. Well, let's go back to the bar and think of a name
I don't
for
think
our
we have
anti-hero
time.
group.
I think we need to leave this planet as soon as possible.
Let's get to the ship.
Yes, this.
So,
This
so
orbital.
Belinus, you're ahead of the party, and you've gone down the elevator, and you're stood in the street, and Ferryman Terry is staring at you intently.
Oh.
Whoa! He points at the rickshaw.
Oh.
What?
I give him a thumbs up.
Wow! He gives you a thumbs up.
There is one thing I wanted to check while we were in the shop, and I didn't.
Okay.
But it's something I could do retroactively. I wanted to know if I had ever seen the liquid that was in that vial that Diamond Hands got.
You can roll me it would be a survival check.
I'm not great at that, but I'm not awful at it.
It's
So,
better than me.
I try and do that check as well.
Sure.
oh,
Yeah.
21.
Big.
Oh
21.
boy.
What's
I
9
even
plus
need
10?
to.
Ugh.
Oh. Oofda.
Belinus, you had never seen this liquid before, or ever heard it called crystal dew. But you have heard rumors coming through the medical black market about a substance known as purple milk that is said to cure any ailment afflicting anybody, and the black market price on it is exorbitant. We're talking 100,000 gold per dose.
Only ever
I
made
just
it.
leave. Pelinus just takes the plant and fucking leaves. No.
It's only ever made in desert planets.
But really,
Purple milk.
he could just
Why
leave.
did they name it purple milk though?
Because they're evil and they do something awful like that. Name it purple milk.
Is this in lore or did you make this, Rob?
Oh, this is all me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Did
you
you-
created purple milk.
Oh yeah, I did this because I'm evil.
Yeah,
So,
after you watched Star Wars New Hope.
It was a reference. That was the reference there. I mean, James is wearing the shirt today, so
I might as well.
Perfectly.
I can assume that this lily that we just yoinked makes this stuff.
It seems like that's the case. Sorry. Diamond Hands, getting my dragons mixed up.
Yeah.
God, such a speciesist. He was inferring exactly that. And also the similarities between the essence of the plant and the plant itself are marked. They look exactly the same in terms of coloration.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have no idea how to safely harvest it from the plant without destroying the plant.
Even with a survival check of 21, you wouldn't know. And you've never done so either. So you could potentially figure it out, but you'd have to be proficient.
I'm going to have to study it.
So yeah, you'd also need proficiency in a tool that would allow you to do so.
I'm proficient with scalpels.
Turkey baster.
Turkey baster. Oh. You just gotta get your hands on the teat and get that purple milk.
Milk it like a pine cone.
Ugh.
Just had to make it as disgusting as possible, didn't you, Rob?
I mean, it sounds beautiful when you don't use the street name for it. You know, Crystal Dew from the Stellar Lily, purple milk.
Right.
Okay, so you do not get in the rickshaw with Ferryman Terry, Bellanis.
I'm waiting for them, I guess.
Gonna wait for them. Okay, I thought you were gonna head
I'll
off.
leave them there.
Very good.
Because then, they're gonna have to walk back to the...
Or find an inferior rickshaw driver, because there's no one as good as Ferryman Terry in the whole multiverse.
Yeah, could we get like a business card for Ferryman Terry?
You won't need it.
Okay.
Is the rickshaw enclosed or no?
It's a hooded rickshaw.
Okay.
So there is
I will climb in it, but I will put up a hand like
Whoa.
we're not leaving yet.
That's what you said. You said wait for the others in
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Okay. The others arrive.
Wow.
Diamond's first thing he does is he puts a fist up to you, Bellanis.
I'm holding the pot in both hands. I curl up one of my feet and fist bump him with my foot.
He bumps it. You're one cool monkey.
Right, let's roll.
Alright, everyone hops into the rickshaw. Take us to... Hey, what's your ship called?
I mean, I have no idea, Captain.
I really like...
Let's go with whatever Chodo says next, because the choo-choo train is getting old.
How about the power line?
Damn,
that.
That's a great goddamn name.
It sounds like a pro wrestling move.
It really
That
does.
sounds like a band. That sounds like
I mean, we could workshop it on the way there.
No, I'm digging it. The power line.
I might name one of my moves after that. Yeah, I like it.
Right.
Blah! And Terry approves.
I mean, does Terry want to join the crew? He has crazy amount
We'll
of
put him at
horse
the
strength.
front. We'll install 2 rickshaw posts out the front of the ship.
I mean,
And
does
so-
he want to
Why do you
expand his rickshaw business?
Why do you do this to me?
We can just take him with us.
I think he's too devoted to his craft to come.
I mean,
Look at the dedication in his eyes.
Terry, do you want to join these people on their ship? Blah 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 blah. Wow, I didn't know you were such a poet, Terry. He says that spelljammers are the rickshaws of the sky. That the last frontier to rickshaw is space itself. He would be honored.
All right. Well, I think you're involved in this crime now, either way. So we should get going.
Ferryman Terry pulls up his sleeve on his tunic, and it just has a tattoo that says "Snitches get stitches."
All right. Yeah, we made the right choice.
I really wish we had told me that we were doing crimes. I would have brought my mask.
He's now our personal rickshaw driver wherever we go.
Yeah.
He's our baby driver.
We can probably load this rickshaw up onto the back of the train. So
Let's
go.
I finally have an excuse to get artwork made for Ferryman Terry. Thank you. Thank you for this gift. Ferryman Terry lights up the sidewalk. Flames spill out of the wheels of the rickshaw, and he zooms off down the road, ending our escapades out into the Leyran spaceport.
It's like Back to the Future with like the
Absolutely.
flames.
You disappear and then you just reappear right in front of the power line.
I just think Terry is like the Jason Statham of Kutoa. That's what I'm imagining in my head.
It's just absolutely ripped.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a transporter.
That's it. I mean, he runs around dragging people all over cities for a living. You imagine he's jacked to the nines. He stops. He lets you all disembark the rickshaw. He holds out a hand. Diamond Hands flicks him 2 copper. He bites it, and then he puts it in his mouth and he swallows the copper. Whoa.
How does he not get copper poisoning?
I mean, have you looked at the man? He definitely does have it. He's half fish.
His eyes, like what should be the whites of his eyes, are just brown from the
Well, I'm gonna help Terry load up the rickshaw.
Is that what all that metallic sound was? Was his belly full of coins?
Wait a second. This is your ship? The train?
Yes.
I don't mean to be that guy, but you're supposed to be protecting me, right?
That's correct.
You ain't got no weapons.
Well, when someone attacks, we just don't. We run away.
No, what if someone's faster than you?
Impossible.
Alright. I ain't getting on that ship until there's a couple of... maybe a bombard or 2. Something
well, maybe you should have thought of that before we stole a priceless flower artifact.
It's alright. Don't worry about it. Let's just go get some weapons real quick and then we'll be on our way.
Alright. Well, I think I know someone, but I don't really know how much money we have. Kind of like an ambiguous.
I don't know. I
Gideon used to hold all of my money, but he took the money with him, so I don't really have any money.
So I believe Gideon left all of the money for you, and
he left all of the money.
We'll hold up the sack of money that he was given by Gideon when you guys. Well, he didn't get given it. He left it out in like the main body of the power line, and Chutney, when he came back, found it just sitting there with a note saying for you.
How much money do we have? Because I don't actually know.
Well, you got all of the money from doing the job for Large Luigi.
Oh, that was like 2,000,
no,
right?
10,000.
10,000?
No, not 10,000. 9,500.
Okay.
I think that's enough.
Did you use 500 to buy watermelons and explosive powder?
No, of course not.
I'm the captain now. You're not allowed to lie to me. It's in the rule.
You're right. Yes, I heard they had these cube watermelons and I had to try some.
Okay, as long as it was watermelons and not a lot of gunpowder.
Oh. Well, there was a lot of gunpowder. Black powder. Was.
Alright, well, I mean, I know someone on Brawl who could hook us up with some weapons, but do you know anyone here, Diamond Hands?
Oh, yeah, there's a plethora of options, but I'm particularly partial to the clockwork catapult down in the steam ward.
I have a question. Is it run by gnomes?
Not a gnome, no.
Okay, then we can go.
What? Why? What? You got someone against gnomes?
I've had a poor run-in with a gnome in this city, and I just don't trust any of them because he can change his shape to mimic any gnome.
Oh, that sounds like racial profiling and paranoia. We gotta get that out of your system. Come on, let's walk around the Steam War and make you feel much better. There's tons of gnomes there.
If I get mugged by my
Wow.
arch nemesis, I'm gonna blame you, and we're gonna go on record, and you're gonna give me one I'm always right ticket, okay?
All right, Precordium, when you're with me, ain't nobody gonna try and mug you.
You'd be surprised at the bravado of this guy.
All right. Sounds like a real piece of work, but I
He
promise
is.
you'll be just fine.
Yeah. And while we
I
wait
feel
for
like
our
I'm walking right into a trap, but let's go.
and while we're waiting for our weapons, we can all get masks, so we can steal.
Pray.
No, we can just steal without masks. It makes it more exciting.
I don't get it, but then then I'm not Durango. I'm Epta.
No, but you only need to be Durango when we're trying to get villains to like us. See, we're not actually villains. We're pretending to be villains, right?
Okay. I guess.
Pray.
It's a difficult process.
I think Bella's trying to say something to you, Bray.
Hello. Pray.
Aye.
If you see Nemesis Gnome, you point at him. I put hole in his head.
Well, I mean, let's do it then.
I just nod and give him a thumbs up.
That's some cold shit right there.
I could use a restock.
Can I have a list of aliases, Rob, that this nefarious man has gone by? This is like Sandy Bottom, Glitter Buns, or whatever. What was his name?
Jiggy Starchild.
Jiggy Starchild. And then what was his name at the bar?
Gerald Glitterbottom, I believe.
I knew it had a bottom in there
it's
somewhere.
Glitterbottom. It was Jerry Glitterbottom. It's Jerry, not Gerald. Yeah, Jerry, and then he was Jiggy. I think that's his two personas that you have kind of sussed out so far.
Right. Keep an eye out for Jiggy.
Keep an eye out for a man named Jiggy. Okay. Terry wheels the rickshaw out after Chernobog had helped him get onto the loading platform of the power line, and immediately sets off for the Steam Ward, the ward of clockwork and magical innovation. Lays home to the Tinkerer Gnome community, as well as various other assorted artificers and engineers. The ward is a marvel to wonder and admire. The buildings are structures made from large slabs of grey stone, fitted with beautifully welded brass riveted windows. Atop each of the huge, almost tenement-style buildings are a series of pipes and nodules that activate the plumbing and accessibility systems inside the buildings. But most notably is the guards of this ward. They are all clockwork constructs wearing very high welded brass caps and halberds to their sides. They march stuntedly and in rhythm.
Do they have no facial features except for a metal mustache?
Yeah, that is exactly it. That is exactly it. They have a curled cavalier's mustache and blank faces.
amazing.
Mustache.
Right. So they all walk you by until you come to a squat building squeezed in between two high rises, atop of which is mounted a impossibly intricate and overly complicated clockwork catapult. Beneath is a messy workshop, all around which you see the cases of bombards and the working parts of flintlock riflery. But from the looks of things, you can't locate a proprietor.
Hello.
You turned yourself off again? Or are you just not home, Dolan? You hear the sound of sparking electricity. A crackle beneath a pile of gears, springs, and nozzles before a creature made of brass walks its way out of the pile. Whilst it is welded from metal, it is animate and alive, capable of a mobility unparalleled amongst other clockwork constructs. Its eyes glow with a deep, almost like emerald light as electricity courses behind the crystals that make up its ocular sensors. Its visage and body is that of a gnome, but its person is automata.
Hi.
Hello
That's
there. I'm Dullen. Dullen Dilby. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Do you mind?
Mind? Yes, I mind this shop. I am the proprietor.
Oh, can I touch you?
Why?
Just want to make sure you're made out of metal.
An odd request, but permissible.
I make sure he's made out of metal.
You touch him and he clinks. Ting!
Okay. I like lower my hand at Beldus. He's good.
I'm sorry now, Dolan. You have to forgive my friend here. He has some predispositions towards gnomish kind on account of a singular gnome really messed him around some. Understandable. But I do not believe that I would associate with gnomes who don't know what they did.
Alright, we're looking for some weapons to put on our ship. And I kind of had a silly thought, but do you have any rail guns? Because that would be really cool to have on a train. Wouldn't that be funny?
He tilts his head. You mean a projectile launcher that shoots tracks?
Yeah, that would be cool. Definitely.
I have not invented that yet.
Could you do it really quick or no?
It would take me approximately 20 days.
Oh man. Well, got anything close?
Close. I have bombards.
Yeah, I mean that keeps coming up, but it seems like the thing that we're supposed to get, and I want something different,
Okay. Well, I have catapults.
What do bombards do?
They are black powder weaponry that
Oh.
launches cannonballs.
I mean, I think Chutney would really like that. Is that Chutney dancing?
Yeah, he's doing a little chutney dance.
Chutney, do you see one that suits your needs?
He's already stroking a bombard that is welded and shaped like a GIF's head. It's like a cannon with a wide open hippo
How-
mouth.
I was
much?
just gonna ask that.
How much for this one?
Standard bombard. 50,000 gold pieces.
Oh,
Uh,
baby.
I'm sorry, Chutney. We're gonna need
you
to do a
have
few
any-
jobs for this
Do you
one.
have any like
He doesn't want to let go. He holds
Do you have
it
any like
tighter.
clearance bombards? Like
Clearance bombards.
yes.
Negative.
Friends and family discount?
I do not have family.
That's why I added friends.
He tilts his head sideways at you.
I do not have friends.
Alright,
Well-
well this was great. A great idea, Diamond Hands.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, if you don't have money for bombards, you got money for catapults, maybe a trebuchet, a ballista, something less expensive.
Can we get the bombard and I throw in like the patent for the rail cannon? Like I just give you that idea. Would you be willing to,
Do you
work with me a little
possess
bit on
the legal documentation for this rail projectile?
Well, no. I'm saying I'm just like letting you have it instead of, a little bit of legal business later on in the line, right?
Negative.
I have to go. Yeah, I know. We're gonna have to go to a notary get that notarized and send it to proper paperwork.
Well,
Anything that we can do to get I think that Chutney will actually cry real tears tonight if we don't get it.
I can't be parted from her. I've already named her Elizabeth.
well, if we don't have the coin, is there a job we can do for you in exchange?
Job, I do not have a job for you, but if you can salvage parts from ships, I will pay you for the metal.
Okay. What if we take the bombard now and bring back scrap later from the things we explode with the bombard, right?
Negative.
It sounds like a sweet deal to me. I don't know what.
This guy's
Why
crazy.
you having?
Well, why
He won't
don't
take assurances from a guy he's never met.
once we do this job for Diamond Hands, I'm sure we'll be good for this. But what about just a ballista?
Well, it depends on the grade of ballista. Would you like a light ballista, a medium ballista, or a heavy ballista? Would
Yeah.
you like them to be grade 1 magical, grade 2 magical, grade
All right. How about
3
we refer
magical?
to Diamond Hands for this? You were the one that was like all hissy about needing guns and stuff. So like, what?
I mean, let's think about this way, right? How many guns can you fit on that thing? It's a 6-car train thingamadooha. Looks like
Yep.
a couple of those cars aren't suited to have weapons mounted on. Maybe 2 weapon holdings, so you could get 2 turrets, some kind, on top of there.
Okay.
So why don't
What?
we try and diversify? Try and get one ballista of sorts and a trebuchet
what-
on the other one.
What's like a light ballista plus 1 magic? How much would that be?
Light ballista with a grade 1 magical improvement would be 4,000 gold.
And there we go. That's more in our ballpark. We get something that can do magic stuff, and then we get like a catapult that can just really hit things, right?
Sure.
How much is a catapult?
A standard catapult or a magical catapult? Would you like a light catapult, a medium catapult, or a heavy catapult?
if we had to spend 6,000 gold pieces, let's say.
The best value item I have for 6,000 gold pieces is a grade 1 magical medium ballista.
Wait, but we already have a ballista.
The grade 1 magical medium catapult is 7,000 gold pieces. Just out of your price range.
Man. Kind of operation you running here?
Why not just buy one light magic, one medium magic ballista?
I believe that this is the best course of action.
Would you be able to make it sound like they're making explosive noises to make Chutney feel better about this?
I could, but it would take 3 days.
Sorry, Chutney, we don't have that kind of time.
But I'm already in love.
We'll come back for Elizabeth.
Could you, get him to put her on hold?
Would you put Elizabeth on hold?
Normally negative, but I can sense the gift's emotion. It is strong. I will hold the bombard.
Right.
Oh, you beautiful tin man!
I mean,
Throw the auto-gnome up into the air. Oh, what a day!
Diamond Hands over here is going to be in a pretty big fight soon. You interested in sponsoring him?
Here we go. We can put up your business on, we'll get him a shirt that has your face on it.
I can't do that.
Oh.
Why can't you do that?
We
literally just
I don't
did
own
that
my,
whole thing back there. Do you not remember that whole thing that we did for you?
I don't own my image rights.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
That's rough, man.
Yeah, I know.
Well, alright. 2 ballista it is. Thank you.
1 light, 1 medium, plus 1 ballista. Okay, that's good. That is that part of the logistics sorted. So, the next question, we can do this out of character now. We don't often do out of character discussions about the game on the stream, but we're about to. The power line is, in a lot of ways, similar to the Dragonfly, in that it has a set of stations, as the Dragonfly did, i.e. the Artemis, but it has a few interesting details. So, I will list them now. The first being its hit points. The Artemis possessed 250. The power line possesses 350. The Artemis's resistance to damage its resistance threshold was 20, whereas the power line's resistance threshold is 25. Though its armor class is 1 lower, at 14 over 15. Now that Praecordium, who I assume at this point is the de facto captain, as the only full-level pure spellcaster in the group. Yes, I know, John, you can cast spells, but you are a psionicist, so you would have to find a different helm.
Yeah.
Your current...
Hepta's not ready for that.
Yeah, your current speed, Praecordium, as a level 6 sorcerer, would allow you to travel at 300 feet per round in tactical speed. That doesn't change. But what does change is the power line's spectrum of movement. So the power line only has the capacity to turn a mere 45 degrees per round, whereas the Artemis had the ability to turn 135 degrees per round. So it is a lumbering, harder to move, as to be expected with like an articulated train structure as opposed to a flittering insectoid. Instead of using a system of wings, like the Dragonfly, you remember everyone who's watched the stream before, Praecordium would shout wings, and then Celestian, amongst others, would pull on the wings to make the Dragonfly contort and move direction. Now, the thing that powers the movement in direction are the wheels. But the power line is not like actually like it doesn't have an engine, so two people have to be on either side of the tracks, spinning a lever around to make the wheels turn. So you'll still need to yell wheels for when that happens. The major
Wheels,
difference,
please.
the major difference for the stations is there are only 2 weapon stations like there were on the Artemis, but the stations are large enough for you to mount medium weapons on, as well as large. Whereas the Artemis could only mount light weapons. So your attacks are going to be dealing a hefty sum damage more. Just for instance, on the medium ballista, this is your best weapon that you currently have. It deals 3d10 plus 1 damage plus the whoever's firing its strength or dexterity modifier. It's up to them to choose. It's pretty good. There you go.
Would it have been better to, instead of getting a light ballista magical, to get a non-magical like heavy ballista, or
No, definitely not.
no?
No. It would do potentially more damage, but it would hit less often, and the differences between a magical weapon and a non-magical weapon is whilst magical weapons can be disabled by taking damage, they can't be destroyed, whereas a non-magical ballista could be destroyed and then you're buying a new one, right? So that is something to keep in mind of. All of the stations on the ships, as per our Spelljammer rules, have a number of hit points. For instance, the wheels, each set has 100 hit points and an AC of 12 to hit. So they're easier to hit than the train itself, but they have independent hit points. Once they take a certain number of hit points, so in this case, once they take 25 hit points, their degree of movement decreases by 10 degrees. So eventually you go down to 0 and your degree of movement becomes 5 degrees per round, which obviously makes it very hard to turn. As well as the ballista, that the +1 medium ballista has a hit point level or threshold of 50 and an AC of 40. So you do need to be mindful of that.
So what stations do we need to fill? 2 wheels, 2 ballista.
And then you need additional crew to use actions to transport and then load the weaponry as well.
I mean, we got Terry.
We got Terry, we got Celestian.
Terry's a wheelman for sure.
Absolutely.
I mean, and then we got Chutney as one of the gunners.
Yeah, it's probably Celestian and Terry on the wheels. If Celestian's up for that.
Yeah, that was his job on the last ship, so he'll definitely be on the steering implement.
I mean, maybe I can be on the wheel, and then Terry could be like the loader.
Well, it depends. So if you're going to think about this from a statistical standpoint, you want whoever has the highest strength or dex shooting the weapons.
Okay.
So
and whoever has
Belinus should probably be on one of the medium.
I have a +2 to strength right now.
Okay.
I have +4 dex.
Chutney's strength is a big ol' 18. So
Ooh.
he's a good gunner.
Yeah.
Chutney and I will be shooting then.
The issue is, though, his proficiency bonus isn't as high as yours. So when it comes to aiming, it won't be as good. But he'll deal more damage when he hits. Oh, it will actually be as good at this level because your proficiency bonus...
So, which of the ballista is faster to reload?
They take exactly 3.
Okay.
So it's like transport, load, fire. It takes 3 actions to fire a ballista.
Okay. I'm fine being on the wheels with Celestian.
Okay, so you're going to be on the wheels of Celestian.
Terry can be the ammo runner.
Okay, ammo runner, Terry.
And Epta can be an ammo runner too, right?
I don't know if Epta's going to be very good at carrying.
I mean, is there any sort of like...
He can load...
Is there any sort of... sorry. Is there any sort of lookout position? Like a crow's nest or a...
Oh, you
Like
yeah,
a watch?
You can have someone as a watchman. I mean, this is just like combat position.
Well, if Epta can communicate people telepathically, he'd probably be the best for a watchman.
Yeah, it's not a bad plan.
Yeah, he has a decent perception score, so that'll be good.
All right, so Diamond Hands has a crew who are coming along with you. He has his stylist, his personal assistant, his makeup artist, and who is the other person he has with him? Stylist, makeup artist, personal assistant, and
His trainer.
oh, masseuse. He has a masseuse.
Oh.
So you can enlist their aid as well. So you have 4 additional crew members who can help.
Masseuse stands behind me, gives me a head massage while I'm driving.
Not touching that.
I'm the captain.
You can also enlist Diamond Hands' help, but he'd prefer to just not do anything. So.
Did you say he has his personal trainer here?
No, he has a masseuse, a stylist, a personal assistant, and his makeup artist.
His personal assistant is going to be my loader.
You guys just going to take all of his employees.
If we get attacked, they better fucking.
They're gonna
help me.
help. They're trained crewmen as well. They're not just they moonlight as actual effective spell jamming.
They like have like war flashbacks of all the times they've had to be on a ship, but not know what's going on.
His makeup artist is like a prior like war crime committing hobgoblin general.
It's
Isn't bad. I'm just imagining Precorum taking advantage of his personal assistant and in middle balance. I need a latte.
Stop taking my jokes.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we have
I think
Celestian and who on wheels?
Or no.
Cherno. So you two are on wheels. Gunners are going to be Chutney and Belinus. We have Epta in the crow's nest. Obviously Praecordium at the helm. And then 2 of the Diamond Hands crew are going to be runners and loaders. And then the other 2 are going to be loaders and runners on the other.
So we have
Terry's not doing anything.
Terry was going to be a
I'm trying to
runner.
think, yeah. So Ferryman Terry can be one of the runners. We'll leave the personal assistant with Diamond Hands, and then the rest of them can get involved.
Maybe we keep Diamond Hands on the bridge because he knows a lot more than we do.
Oh yeah, that's Diamond Hands.
Also, he can help if we're boarded. Diamond Hands
That's
can
it.
be our
His responsibility. He says like if anyone gets onto the ship, he'll deal with them. Right.
Also, we should like secure that flower somewhere hidden. Like, do we have like a hidden hatch we can put it in, or
Can we
Do you
put it
wanna-
like where
do you
the
wanna-
goals
Wait.
would go?
Do you want
in, like,
to
the-
go on the ship?
yeah?
All right, let's go to the power line, shall we? This is a first. I will be showing off the map that I made for the power line. I'm actually quite proud of it, to be fair. I will quickly switch us over to the map mode before activating the power line map. I will add your tokens at the engine car, which is at the front. It's a lovely turquoise color. Oh, as per the request of the artist. So Belinus unfortunately still doesn't have a token. We have resorted to using the stock ape image for his placeholder. We have Epta, Praecordium, and for some reason Chernobog's token isn't working right now, but I will fix that during the break. Okay, so the first car houses the engine car, which doesn't actually function as an engine. It's just a facade that looks like an engine car. But in the engineer's room is a wide like panel of windows and the helmsman's seat. So this will be where you're sitting, Praecordium. Okay. You can progress through to the next car, which is the sleeper car. in which there are 4 rooms on the lower floor, which will function as your own personal quarters. So you can choose which one you want. There's a blue room, a purple room, a red room, and a green room. Look at that.
I'll go put my
Look how
prickly.
look how big the beds are. Oh my goodness.
Color coordinated.
I'll go put my prickly pear in a nice spot.
Yeah. So they are incredibly lush and gaudy, eccentric rooms. Outfitted with
This
everything
bed is
you would
much
need.
too large for me.
It's a very big bed.
I could fit so many Hadozi chicks on this thing.
Absolutely. Whole
Is this
gang.
like an animal?
So there is a animal enclosure that has like hay and dirt encrusted at the bottom. There is a large trough to either side of the cage. They're not quite as wide apart as they're represented on the map. They're actually quite small and wire caged, so that things can't squeeze out. There's also detritus left over from whenever what used to live on this ship was here. The next is
Wow, we never cleared that out.
your storage car, which possesses all of the essentials of travel, foodstuffs, water, alcohol, whatever you might need. Then there is the actual stage car. There is a glass panel all the way across the either side of the stage. There are huge satin curtains that can be drawn and opened. The stage car itself is actually detachable, and the roof can flip out, and the stage can be extended further, laying down the glass panels in front so that you have a wider stage to perform from. And then the final car is not really a car; it's a huge flatbed that once was the staging post for the Artemis when you guys had the Artemis aboard, but can now be used as a rickshaw bay or
Rickshaw bed.
It's a bit big for just one rickshaw, but we'll get a few more at some point. We'll start a rickshaw empire with Ferryman Terry at the helm.
Right.
Well,
let's get going, I guess.
well, where should we put the flower?
I was thinking let's put it in the place where you would shovel coal into at the front of the engine.
Yeah, where it's the what was the engine panel where you would find levers and dials and all kinds of control mechanisms is now little honky horns and golden baubles that just spin around like fidget spinners.
But you swing the big heavy lever, and then open up the
Yeah, and then there's a big empty chassis.
Yeah, let's hide it in there. No one would think to look in there. There'd be coal in there,
Okay, so that's where you're gonna put it. Oh, I don't think Matt has vision on his token. Let's quickly. No, you should be able to see. Maybe I don't have the brightness settings configured correctly. Sorry. Yes, that is correct.
Oh, there we go. I had my torch on, so I just assumed
go.
light was on.
Does anyone have anything else they would like to do before the Diamond Hands flock boards the power line?
No.
I'm good.
Okay.
What do you think, Diamond Hands? Got enough guns for you yet, or?
Well, yeah. Now that you got a couple of ballista on here, it's looking defensible. Not bad. Not bad. Do you enter the engine room, Praecordium, to get yourself prepared? Okay, as you do, Celestian is stood in the engine room, waiting as he's been here guarding the entire time.
How's it going, big man?
Hey. How go? All right?
Good. We've got a job. A good one at that. We're getting a lot of money.
What job?
Also, saving a life.
Good. Sound
It's our new
honorable.
model. save a life, you know?
Yeah.
This is Diamond Hands. He's our new friend.
Diamond Hand's gonna stick out his hand and hold it open. Howdy. And Celestian reaches towards his hand, but as he does, he hesitates and narrows his eyes at him. I know you. I mean, I'm on billboards across the entire system. You probably seen me before plenty of times.
It sounds like you're just talking to yourself, Celestian.
No, see now this is Diamond Hands talking. It's very eloquent and fluid. This Celestian. No speak many words. I did on purpose.
Okay.
Knowing
I've got them separated now.
to
Okay.
talk one day. That's right. No, I know
You guys are gonna be cool though, right? There's not gonna be a throwdown here.
I don't see why there would be, Mr. Celestian. Do you have any reason that you would want to throw down with me? Not sure. I think so. Oh, that's... I didn't
Ominous.
expect to get on here to be threatened. I guess I'll go to my room.
You okay there?
Walk away.
Big C, what's going on?
I know, I think.
You know a what?
I know Diamond Hand.
You know him?
I think. Not sure.
He didn't seem to know you. You sure it's the same Diamond Hand?
I don't know. I think.
Okay, well, please don't kill him. Our job is to get him there safely. And then, like, save a life, you know? So.
If he who I think, we should kill.
Why?
Bad person.
Okay, maybe we'll think on this later.
I'll figure out.
Okay, yeah, you do some digging while we're in realm space, and then we'll come back to it. Okay?
Easier to kill. Push off power line. And he'll leave.
No,
Close the door.
no, hold on, Celestian. Andy, close the door. Jono,
Just
could you do me a favor and make sure that Celestian does not kill Diamond Hands?
I'm not sure I could stop him, but I'll try.
Yeah, do your best. All right, have fun.
Okay.
Wow. I guess I'm gonna take off now.
Sit in the chair for an hour, wait until you attune.
God, we are so screwed. That guy has already figured out that flower is fake.
As you're leaving, there's like broadcasted billboards of your faces and like a wanted sign on them, big bounty.
He has no proof that we took it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet.
He never will.
Like it's magic Sherlock Holmes in there.
Yeah. As if magic can help you like discern information. All right.
Like divine things.
Yeah. Like asking gods if something
Can-
actually happened.
Can I put the plant in my box?
I mean, you can.
Will it fit?
I mean, it will.
But your box will make it cold, right?
True, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want this plant to die. Let's keep it in
No.
the place where there would be fire. But now there isn't.
You're gonna
I
have to
hope.
take it out of there at some point. It's a plant. It needs, it needs taken care of. It needs sunlight. It needs water.
Oh, no, I'm not saying I would leave it in the
No,
box,
not
but
not,
like,
not that. The box is a bad idea because it's like deprived of like atmosphere, right? And also it's like cold, so that
Yeah.
would be bad for the plant. But leaving it in a dark hole
What do you mean?
in the
It,
ship is a
it
bad idea.
flourishes
Too.
in the darkness. That's...
It's not a fungus, it's a lily. It needs some sunlight.
Well, then it's probably best in the animal car.
Right, Cherno, you're in charge of both not killing the passenger and not killing the plant. Here you go.
So he's supposed to keep his eyes on Celestian at all times and also rear this incredibly valuable plant.
Yes.
I mean, I could just leave the flower in my room on my desk and just cover it with like a sheet.
Sure, that's
Take the sheet
Probably-
off when you want to give it some sunlight.
Yeah.
mm,
Okay.
I
I mean, I won't have it covered when it's just us on the ship, but like, if we're leaving the ship, we'll hide it somewhere,
Mhm.
whatever. But
For sure. Okay.
And I imagine Diamond will at least have an idea about how to take care of it
He has
at
no idea.
some capacity. Really?
he doesn't know how to harvest the dew from it either. But
No
he
idea.
still wanted us to take it for some reason, so
mhm.
Yes, he
Oh,
did.
I'm
Really?
going to be
at least it-
spending time studying it to try to figure that out.
Good idea.
I'd assume you at least know how to take care of it. This is poorly thought out.
All right. Well, that's about halfway through the session. So we're going to call our middle of the game break so that we can go and grab ourselves some water and reassess what we're going to do in the second half of the session. I implore everyone who is watching to go and grab some water and maybe some snacks. Enjoy yourselves, but return to us in approximately 5 minutes when we will be flying off towards the wonderful watery world of Chandos for the bout between Diamond Hands and Shuffle. All right, see you guys in a minute.
Okay. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Okay, sounds like we could be
John, we're live. Stop talking. I love you, John.
Welcome back. I
Are
hope
you sure?
everybody is thoroughly hydrated for another round of Spelljammer Tears of the Rune. I hope that people have also indulged in copious amounts of snacks as well as taken a bathroom break because the power line ain't got no brakes. It's a non-stop train going anywhere. So
Well, the true Sigma move is to go to the
Prepare.
bathroom where you are right now. Don't wait.
yeah, absolutely. So the crew finds themselves once again taking to the boundless void of wild space. The power line chugging along nicely towards the planet of Chandos. If memory serves correctly, before I look at my little document here, I believe it is a 10-day trip to Chandos, to which Diamond Hands' crew has made sure you were properly outfitted with supplies, water, food, and this great train can host enough air so that you do not need to make a stop between here and Chandos before depleting the air envelope. If you are interested in some of the rules that we are using here, we have so far been playing with what I've dubbed my basic rule set, to which there are going to be another 2 tiers with an intermediate rule set and an advanced rule set, but I'd like people to get familiar with the basics before we start getting into the really crunchy stuff that some people may or may not prefer. But in, I believe, episode 6 of Arc 1, we do a little test run. No, I think it was even episode 2. Episode 2, we do a trial run through an asteroid belt where you can see basically everything other than ships shooting each other. to outlay all of the rules regarding wild space and the ships that traverse them. So 10 days, no depletion of air, enough food. It's a fairly quaint and easy journey. Obviously, Precordium will have to take breaks every now and then. You can't be spell jamming all day. Maybe Cherno could hop up there for a couple of rounds going at spell jamming speed, because your actual spell slot levels do not determine how fast you move at spell jamming speed. Okay, so we go round the clock as fast as possible. In the first 3 days of travel, what are each of our members doing? Let's start from the top of the order. Chernobog, what are you doing while you're not manning the helm?
I try and I try and introduce myself to Celestian.
Okay. So on the first day,
he's the
you
one
approach Celestian. He
Yeah.
is constantly stood, sidled up against the wall by the door of Diamond Hands' room on the upstairs of the sleeper car.
I reach out my hand. I don't think we were properly introduced, but we're gonna be on the wheels together. Just figured, make my introduction.
Still think you might be Gnarlclaw, boy.
Who's Gnarlclaw?
Gideon Nemesis.
He's also looking for a Gideon.
Don't know. Gideon looking for him.
And he says he looks like me.
Yeah. He a backwards orc.
There are not many of us around here. I wonder if I met him before.
That's why I think you know.
It's a reasonable suspicion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna be stuck together for a while. I'm sure you'll figure out whether I know him or not.
Yeah. I got eye on you.
And on him too, I guess.
One eye for each.
So what's got you so bothered
Drifting eyes
about
in both directions.
What's got you bothered about Diamond Hands? You remember him from somewhere?
I think. Can't be sure.
Well, where do you remember him from?
Homeworld.
Well, what's your homeworld?
You not heard.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, so you can tell me.
My herd from Moon. In Draco space.
And Diamond Hands is from Draco Space too?
I think. Also from Moon. Duarsis.
That's the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And he did something bad on Duarsis?
Don't know. His kind do bad on Duarsis.
So it's your kind and his kind on the same moon?
Not anymore.
Just his kind?
Mm-hmm. Maybe not. Maybe none. Don't know.
Well, what was it like when you left?
Hell.
So you think Diamond Hands was involved in this hell, at least causing it?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that makes sense why you're keeping an eye on him.
That's right.
Well, I hope you know, if you do try and hurt him, I have orders from the captain to stop you.
You stop me, kill, genocide.
I guess if you're doing Diamond Hands, I'd have to.
Herd protect herd.
I can agree with that.
He not herd.
Am I heard?
Yeah. For now.
Well, I'm glad we've come to that understanding. Just... I don't know. Maybe I can find something out from Diamond Hands.
Maybe.
I'll leave you to your post. And I go a little bit further down and just lean up against the wall and start watching Diamond Hands. Not watching Celestian.
No. I'll see you
Watching
did it.
Celestian watch Diamond Hand.
Yep.
How his eyes
Shotty's
go
watching
to
you.
places at once.
I don't know why we're all standing here.
Well, now I know what I want to do for my turn.
Okay. Alright, well, Praecordium's next.
I want to read my book that I've had for like a million years now.
Okay, you want to keep reading the book that you didn't touch for a month because you were too busy coming
Too
up
busy
with
thinking
names.
about. I mean, I spent like half of the trip thinking of the anti-hero name, but then I go to read the book.
Okay, so you're gonna go read the book a little. You can roll me an intelligence check to see how much of the book you have managed to digest.
Well, I mean, intelligence isn't really my forte.
I mean, all that space for a brain and it's just empty.
I mean, it's all my charm. It's
It's her flotation.
Yeah, it's just
Big head.
It's just a bouncy ball. Ooh.
It's 11.
11.
I mean, it's not good. It's not bad. It's an 11.
A lot of the book is written in incredibly dense prose and articles of accounts that compose these events that happened during...
My players are really into haiku.
Yeah, they write everything either in incredibly flowery language or it's like systematic and logged in specific lists and orders. Like they're...
Illithid writing is honestly quite beautiful sometimes.
It's bizarre. It truly is. It almost feels like there are an unlimited number of authors writing this one book. You do actually with an 11 you manage to get through a small chunk of it, and the first chapter details the establishment of a colony on the planet of Glyph, none other than the planet that your friend Diamond Hands wishes to use as his safe haven from Alchemar Namor. It states that the planet of Glyph was selected for its fertile, as they call, breeding grounds on which they can rear cattle and livestock so that they can harvest brains and never grow hungry again.
Well, we already knew all that.
Right, yeah, that's the first part of the book. So that's your first 3 days of reading. You read all
Yippee!
about the logistics. These like there's like a list of the sequence, like chronologically, of different sites and ranches being
Got,
popped
like,
up and what
I
mind
got
players
to
are
like
in charge
one
of them.
section of like the Bellamy Ranch and like read that whole part and then had to read it again like 8 times because I kept forgetting. And
Right.
then
And it's annoying because every single ranch is identical. So you
Yeah.
read it over and over again, and then you read it over and over again, just with different names. Yeah, it's a big book. So that is what Precordium does for his first 3 days. Is there anything else you
Wow.
wanted to do, or was that it?
Nope, that's all I wanted was that.
Okay, Epta, you're up.
Okay. What Epta does is, while he's at his room, he sits at his desk, and I like to imagine there's like a mirror where he can see his face,
Right.
and he practices his like angry, assertive face, like grr, like that, trying to master it, and starts like speaking to himself, like he's doing a fake argument, like, no, I won't lick your boots clean.
Wow.
Yeah, and I practiced that. There's probably a couple times people were just looking in the room, saying like, "What the hell is that boy up to?" And then after getting bored with that, after the first like 3 hours, uh, he would like to actually study the Spelljammer,
Okay.
like learn how it works.
All right. So you observe. It looks like Precordium just sits in a chair, and when he wants the Spelljammer to change direction, he yells at people to turn the wheels.
Oh yeah, no, I just like more like the mechanical.
There is no
Parts,
mechanical
so if-
parts.
So it's just like,
There is a turnstile, a winch, like a band that turns all the wheels. That's it. That's all the mechanics that there are on this thing. It's all for show. It's all a facade. None of it is actually advanced in any way. It's a lie.
oh, okay. Well then, shoot, that blew up my plans. I was gonna be like, oh, I know how to fix this thing.
Yeah, there's
For
nothing.
like have that be the thing.
There's nothing to be fixed on this ship. Not yet. You know, I have to destroy some stuff first.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just wait till that happens.
Okay.
And
So you sit around waiting for the ship to get destroyed. Perfect.
awesome. Just like go through vents and try to figure out why cars can be connected together with vents, even though it's not feasibly possible.
Okay. Belinus, what is our cool monkey friend doing?
I'm gonna spend all of day one in my room studying this plant
Okay.
because I want to know if I can figure out how to harvest the dew from it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So obviously the survival check gave you kind of like colloquial like wisdom on the plant, but now to assess how much Belinus actually knows about horticulture, botany, and flora itself, you have to roll me a nature check, because otherwise you need to find a resource that will help you to expand your knowledge.
Right. Well, luck of the dice, I guess, because I am really bad at it. No
Oh,
idea.
That's 7. Yeah, whilst you are fully aware that a lot of plants have medicinal properties and can be incredibly useful in curing ailments, you've only ever really dealt with that facet in its raw material or its post-synthesized form. You've never actually done any of those processes yourself to produce the medicine.
Gonna have to get a book for this.
Yeah, you're gonna
So
have to go study or talk to someone.
after spending the entirety of day one realizing that I have no clue,
Yeah.
I'm going to reach into my my box, my little white box,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pull out my reserve bottle of whiskey.
Nice and cold. Yep. Pop
Yes,
open
sir.
some whiskey and you drink some whiskey.
Nope. I'm gonna go up to
Oh,
Diamond Hand's room
all right.
and I'm gonna knock on the door.
Okay. The door opens, and before you stands an incredibly petite young Air Genasi. Hello.
Hello.
Can I help you?
I have the bottle in like wrapped around with my tail, and I just kind of like lift it over my shoulder and shake it.
Is that a gift for Mr. DH?
A gift to share.
Oh. Do you have an appointment?
Here's my appointment. You are on our ship. You don't move, I shoot you in face.
Mr. Diamond Hands, the little monkey's here to see you. You want to see him?
Wise choice.
Ara, I'm right here. I can see him. You're yelling at me. Let Bella in, alright? He says you can come in. She'll move aside to let you
Just shake my head.
in.
Walk in.
Best and brightest.
That's it. She's an air genasi for a reason. Ain't nothing in that skull. Okay.
An airhead genasi.
That's right, airhead genasi. You sit. Do you want to sit on a chair or on the bed? He's sat on the bed himself, kind of. He's got a what can be best described as almost like a knife made of radiance, and he's polishing the insides of the grooves of his mechanical arms.
I want to picture that he's bougie and that his bed has like the like posts and then like bars that go across the top.
Oh yeah, he brought his own
Right.
bed on the ship. He's got like a four poster bed with like a canopy and
Yeah,
shroud.
okay.
It's a California king.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to use my actual hands to hang from the bars
Okay.
of the bed. I'm going to hold the two glasses in my feet and pour whiskey into each glass with my tail and then hand him one. And then drink with my feet while I hang from the...
Oh, monkeys are awesome.
Thank you kindly, Billy. Any reason you came to share a drink?
Not really. I spent all yesterday staring at the plant, but cannot figure out how to get Do from.
Yeah, that's one of the little flaws in my whole plan here. You see, I knew I need the plant. Now I need to find someone else who can extract the medicine for me.
It's okay. I can extract once we know how.
Well,
I just need to get a book or something.
all right.
I don't know.
Well, cheers to that, and he'll
Clink.
clink. Is that Dracon out there still eyeing me?
Obvious.
I don't know what his deal is.
I wasn't there when he said all that shit
No.
to Cherno, so I have no idea.
All right.
He seems strange.
Yeah, well, you've meet a lot of different folk up here in Wild Space.
He's okay. People think I am strange also.
I mean, it's better to be weird than normal and boring, ain't it?
I could not agree more.
All right. I'm gonna pop open the second bottle. He'll grab the other whiskey, and you guys are gonna drink all day together.
I'm
Okay.
just hanging out with Diamond Hands
He gets
drinking.
absolutely smashed.
Oh, me too.
Okay. To the point where
Absolutely.
you both probably break the posters on the bed and make a Rockstar style messed up hotel room, and Erin
Yeah,
will go,
This is
all right, I'll go get all of the backups, and she'll get other people to lift all of the heavy stuff into the room for Diamond Hands. All right. So that's Bellinus's 3-day examination and then booze fest. Chernobog, what would you like to do with the next 3 days of the journey?
I'd like to talk to Belle.
Okay. On the 4th day, Belle has a terrible
Yeah.
hangover.
I need to go knock on your door. Pretty loud, probably.
Yes.
It's me, Bell. I think I got to tell you something.
Okay. You come in.
Do I see the state you're in?
Yeah, I'm just like, I have a pillow like over my face, and I'm just.
I go lift the pillow up and then like put the back of my hand on your forehead, and then like, oh, I see, and then I will cast Lesser Restoration on you.
oh, this nice. Yes.
Okay. Well, I got some concerning news dealing with the two dragons.
Okay.
Celestian apparently has to deal with some kind of war, from what I can tell. They apparently their people are on other sides. You know how it goes.
Yeah. Given that I am not from a isolated society, would I know about a war?
A war? Yeah, you could roll a history check if you want to see if you can
I will do that.
drag up any information regarding a war between...
No idea.
No
Never
idea.
heard of it.
Never heard of it. That's a 7.
Okay, so...
Well, it's not that important, if I guess, that you know. It's just... I think this isn't something that can be settled with words, you know. Celestian said that most of his people were wiped out. I'm just gonna keep my eye on him. I'm worried about what he'll do.
Okay, so... A solution to problem would be find out if Diamond Hand was on Moon?
I guess, I mean... If it was a war of that scale, I may imagine if there was a military, he could have been in it.
Depends when he went to Spaceport.
I don't know. He seems to like you. Maybe you can find out some more.
Good.
I told Celestian if he makes a move, I have orders to stop him, so I think got some kind of understanding, but I'll just keep watching him for now.
I guess I have to crack open backup vodka.
Monkey vodka.
And then
He's
I'll
made
grab
with banana.
like the bottle that's like laying in
nice.
his...
Yeah.
I'll grab like the bottle off the
Sounds
counter and just
tasty.
take a swig. I'm like, just make sure to hydrate, and then I'll leave.
It's just pure rubbing alcohol.
Yeah. I mean, well, he's a scrow.
Turpentine.
He can do this.
That's true. Yeah. That's why they get along so well. They're the only two who can stomach that alcohol.
And also, he has a spell that fixes our hangovers.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it. You can never get too drunk. Okay, so Cherno, what do you want to do now after gathering the information?
I'll see if like Celestian wants to play like cards or something.
Yeah,
Like if we're both like standing outside watching this door, I'm like, you know how to play chess, Celestian?
Dragon chess.
I've never played that one before. I take out my chessboard. I put it
Do you
on the
have just,
ground.
like a regular, like, as
Yeah.
you know it, chessboard. Yeah, he takes out a chessboard that has like 3 levels. And
Oh,
all of the pieces
wow.
are different dragons.
Well, can you teach me?
I guess if I
Well,
learn,
let's...
you learn.
Sure. I mean, we got nothing else to do except watching this door and playing some dragon chess, so let's do this.
You can roll me an insight check really quick. So, wait, I should roll for Celestian as well. So that's a 10 for Chernobog on the insight check. Celestian will roll a deception check. Let's see how he gets on. That's a big 6 on the roll. No modifiers. Celestian is clearly making the game up as he goes along. He doesn't know how to play, and occasionally he'll like pick a piece up and do like a dragon roar and play with it like it's a toy. You gotta do that when you fly to Fortress B, and then he'll put the piece down.
So I start moving the pieces around. Like if he's moving around like a dragon, I'll move him around like an orcish formation and start making like orc noises.
Yeah.
And
when you start doing
growling.
things that make it look like you're gonna win, he's like, "You can't do that," you know.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm still learning.
No, those dragons can't do that.
Yeah. My dragons can, but yours can't.
Well, I mean, I've never been around dragons before. I don't know what they can and can't do.
You didn't do the roar right, so you got.
You didn't.
My dragon.
You know, say uno.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So yeah, you play pretend dragon chess with Celestian. Do you do that for the full 3 days? Because he will just keep playing.
I don't know what. I'll go see if I can get an audience with Diamond Hands.
All right, you want to knock on the door?
Yeah.
All right. Aerie swings the door open. Hello.
Hello.
How can I help you? You lost?
No. Hoping to speak to Diamond Hands. He said I could maybe give him a checkup.
Do you have an appointment? Oh my God, Aerie, you can't keep doing this to people. Move out of the way. All right, he says he can see you now.
Well, Mr. Hands.
Oh, please, just call me Big D.
All right, Big D.
He sucks.
You said that you wouldn't mind doing a quick checkup once we're on the train. If I wanted to see if you're still up for that.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure. Why not? Just come on over.
I mean, you want your assistant in the room?
Before we, yeah, sure. Aerie, you can go now. Before we get started, you practice that whole what you call it, patient doctor confidentiality. Don't gonna say nothing about anything in here, right?
I mean, Bell is a colleague of mine. He specializes in areas of medicine I don't, but
Like,
he's more of a surgeon, while I'm more of a GP.
Right. So you're a general practitioner. He's a specialist surgeon. So you're kind of consulting each other. Is that the word?
Sort of. He helped me out a while back, and I owe him a bit.
All right, but beyond that, you're gonna keep stum.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. I just don't want people to know about my illness. It's kind of embarrassing.
It's understandable. I imagine you wouldn't want your opponents to know that you're sick either, right?
Yeah, that would be bad.
Well, I have a spell I can use to at least identify your sickness, if that's something you need.
Yeah, I mean, I know what's wrong with me. I was kind of hoping you know something about how to cure it once and for all.
Sure. Let me just check.
Okay.
And I will cast detect poison and disease on him.
Okay. Do you want to post the spell and read it for the people who are watching?
Sure. So, for the duration, you can sense the presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You also identify the kind of poison, the poisonous creature, or disease in each case. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, an inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
There's 400 poisonous centipedes just surrounding.
Okay.
Think about all that radiation around us.
Yeah, why are you carrying that uranium around after, like, get rid of it?
Oh no, I'm just talking about from the stars.
Okay. So, you sense the only person within 30 feet of you who is any one of those things is, of course, Diamond Hands. And you ascertain that he is afflicted by a magical disease known as Draco Rage. Okay. you want to roll?
Can I do a roll to see
Yeah.
if I
You can
know
do a
anything more
medicine
about
check
it?
to see if you know the symptoms
Cool.
or cures or anything about Draco Rage. Okay. You've never heard of a disease by the name of Draco Rage. You can roll me a history check to see if you can ascertain anything from the name. Oh,
Ooh,
15
that's
on the
nice.
medicine check wasn't good enough, but a 18 on the history check gleans some information on the term Draco Rage and not the actual disease itself. So, the term Draco Rage was coined by a group of elves from Toril. You would have probably picked this up whilst you were studying about the history of realm space once you arrived here. It's one of the few tidbits of lore and anecdote that you have absorbed and kept at the front of your mind. Potentially because typically your greatest enemies to the Scrow have been the elves of wild space at some point or another. So you wanted to find out what the elves of this particular system were like. And in a lot of ways, they're quite similar. The Draco Rage was a mythal, a collective spell created by the elves to tear the dragons apart when they were the unchallenged rulers of the planet. There was an age of dragons where the dragons ruled over Toril. In order to trigger this spell, a red comet would fly through and then pass Toril once every 300 years or so. Upon its first casting and activation, it caused all of the dragons on Toril to go ballistic. Metallic, gem, chromatic alike. They all went mad for 30 to 60 days. They fought each other, they fought themselves. Anything they could kill, they would try to kill. And that is how the Age of Dragons came to an end. The dragons were so scarred by this one giant spell that the elves put them under, that their great empires never recovered.
You know, this journal is it's elvish magic. I've seen its touch before.
Yeah, I've heard that before. It apparently used to be some kind of spell, but I ain't from no Toril, so I don't think it's the same thing.
I mean, did any go by any comments recently?
I ain't never seen no comment, no.
Well, when
No
did you
comment.
first start feeling the symptoms? What are the symptoms exactly? Like he's just diminishing slowly?
I don't know. You don't know. So, like, the only symptoms
Okay.
that you can gather from him is that his scales are kind of like decaying.
So yeah, I'll ask him. Well, is it just the scales, or do you feel anything else?
Well, I've never seen him myself, but apparently I have a tendency to kind of go hog wild.
Yes, it's reasonable if it's called dragon madness.
Yeah, apparently sometimes I black out and I just go on a wave of destruction, burning things, tearing people limb from limb, and I can't stop myself. But I don't remember none of those times. I don't even remember the lead up to when that happens. But I know that it's inside me, because I use that power while it's contained by the celestial dew to be the powerful fighter that I am. But if that's what I'm like when I lose control, then it ain't worth the risk. I'd rather be without it.
see. Well, we can keep an eye on you. See if it gets any worse. I haven't seen this before, so all I can do is keep checking you up, see if nothing's getting worse, but
Yeah.
if it's elvish magic, we probably need to find an elf to undo it.
See, I have seen elves. You know, the caretaker of this plant, Chloris, they put me in contact, but they say that the mithril's been destroyed. The spell is gone. Ain't no way I should be suffering from the magic.
Well, when did this first start? Were you always at it, as a child?
No. There's one day back on my home world where everything was as normal. I was going about things as they were, and I woke up, and wouldn't you know it, I was laying on the ground. My arms gone. Just ashy stumps left where my hands and my forearms used to be.
What was the last thing you remembered before that? The very last moment?
I was with my family. We were having dinner. That was the last time I saw them.
I'm going to tell you something Celestian told me. It had to deal with you. He believes that you and him are from the same homeworld. He said that at some point in their history, your people wiped his people off that planet. That sounds... When you came to, was it just you, or was it violence everywhere? Was it like a war?
I don't want to talk about it.
But I'm on the right path, aren't I?
Just find a cure.
All right. I'm going to have more questions in the future, but this is a start. I'll keep looking. But if it's really something out of your control, it's not on you.
Just looks down at his hands and keeps kind of like interlocking his metal fingers over and over again.
I mean, you know what they say about my people. What happened to us with the elves?
Yeah.
They say a Skrull are uncontrollable, but here I am. How many Skrull doctors do you know?
I guess you...
Well, I'll leave you to it. Something to think about. I'll make sure Celestian doesn't bother you, but I think what he said is connected. And if it's the case, that means someone had the ability to take advantage of your entire people. That's pretty scary.
I don't know what happened. I don't remember.
Okay, I'll leave you to it. And I'll put 5 points of lay on hands in him. Just to try. I know it won't permanently help him, but it'll at least alleviate something.
Mm-hmm. When you put your hands on him, you notice that he is incredibly hot. Like it's almost like he's about to burst into flames.
Are you feeling all right, Big D?
Yeah, I'm fine, Doc. Thanks for checking me out.
Sure. Just You know where I am if you need anything.
Yeah.
Leave his room.
Okay. As you leave the room, you open the door and Celestia stood there with his sword raised over his head.
I just stare him right in his eyes and just smile a little bit.
He looks down at you. Move.
Nuh-uh.
He is. I knew it.
There's more going on than what any of us know right now.
He's lying. They
How do
know
you know?
what did.
Sure, but things happen in war.
No. This not war. This murder. This
Well,
decimation.
Well, put yourself in Diamond Hand's shoes. The last thing he remembers was eating dinner with his family, and then he woke up without his hands in the middle of a battlefield. You think he had any choice in that?
They all had choice. They come our world. They destroy everything.
Do you know what's the cause? Do you know for sure?
Don't know why.
Well, I can help you find out.
He'll point his sword over your shoulder because he can see Diamond Hands and Diamond Hands can see him. We do to death. And he'll sheath his sword and leave.
I just rub my temple a little bit. Reminds me of my family, honestly.
Just a standard day in Cherno's life.
I'll see what I can do about this. And then I'll close the door and
Diamond Hands
Go
looking
back to
down at
Bell.
the ground, like, with a guilty look on his face as he closed the door.
I immediately go to Bell.
Okay, you run off to your consultant. Bell, I've got
Yes.
gossip to tell you.
Yes.
Oh, tasty gold.
I imagine Epta's just listening the whole time, but no one is paying attention
Yeah,
to
he's probably just above the room in the vents.
Yeah.
Listening
How did
to
you know?
Oh, not me, never.
No.
Yeah,
I had to scribble in my leather coat notes.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep. I go in. Instead of knocking on Bell's door this time, I just open it and get in and then shut it immediately.
Okay.
Bell, this is getting complicated.
Oh,
Getting
okay. So, what?
Do you, I explained to him about the dragon madness. Diamond Hands somehow has this disease.
Can I roll a medicine check about dragon madness?
Sure, you can roll a check on the Draco Rage.
Dragon Rage, Draco. 17.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so with a 17, you actually rolled just high enough to ascertain what the Draco Rage does. So, sufferers of the disease form of Draco Rage, which only affects those of draconic lineage who are not true dragons. So, Dragonborn and people with draconic ancestry, not Dracons, or actual dragons themselves. You've only ever heard of this because there was once a fight in one of these underground illegal fighting rings where you would go and hope that someone's body got tossed out the back and you could get in there and
Yeah.
get some
I
bits and
gotcha.
pieces. During one of these fights, you witnessed it was a blue dragonborn go into this like fit of absolute wrath. Their body almost kind of like enlarged slightly, and they started to course with electricity. And unlike a regular Dragonborn's breath weapon, whilst in this state, the Dragonborn was capable of just constantly exhaling their lightning breath. And every time the combatant tried to hit them with a melee attack, they would get electrocuted themselves. So you know that this disease causes the sufferer to invoke this state of destructive madness when their emotions get run too high. And from that point, if you do not have a suppressant like the Crystal Dew, they don't stop until they kill until everyone around them is killed, or they are knocked unconscious.
So you see why it's a little troublesome having him on the ship right now.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out, would I know... With that information, I would have no idea about how it's contracted.
No. You just know that the only known sufferers are from are Dragonborn from the moon of Duarsis in Draco space.
Yes, that's what I wanted to bring up. It seems from the stories of both of them dragons, it seems like someone was able to infect an entire planet with this disease, or at least half its population. It's pretty scary. This is some old elven magic. This is stuff they used against my people back in the day.
This one is not magic.
It's not?
Is called the same thing, but is just disease.
It's a magical disease, though. So
Yeah,
magic,
is magic disease, but is not spell.
Correct.
Well, the comet that originally caused it is gone, from what I hear. I wonder how it still exists.
Same name, but doesn't affect dragon. Only dragonborn.
And
dragon type.
Like half-elves with draconic ancestry and stuff like that.
Yes.
Well, little concerning is that I think he may be on the way to an outburst. I did a quick checkup and he was alright, but he's heating up literally. He was getting warmer by the second while I was in there.
He has one bottle of dew.
True. We gotta figure this out soon.
Yes. It sounds like someone used disease to kill Celestian people.
What it sounds like, I mean, that's what it originally was used for, right? It was used in a war to destabilize the dragons. Makes sense why it would be used again in that manner.
Is only speculation, but do not know where it came from.
But if it can cure this disease, does that help you narrow down what this lily might be?
No.
No, okay.
It does not cure, only suppress.
Suppress.
Is good medicine for other disease, but it does not cure magical disease, just suppress.
Well, I think we need a third opinion.
Need to find books.
You know of any medical libraries on the planet we're going to?
Do I?
You can roll a history check.   .  。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . .
Hacha! Garbage. 8.
No.
What?
No, but we could ask.
Sure. Just try to get some more information out of him. Whatever happened, it was obviously disturbing and scarring to him. But
When did they say that they were dueling to the death? Is this something that is
yes,
happening?
I have to go. They may be killing each other, and I'm gonna run out and try and find Celestian.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be Captain. There's a duel to the death happening, and then I'll immediately run away.
You had one job!
I stopped the immediate duel, and then they scheduled one later. You just see Celestian just kneeling behind some energy doors.
It's time.
Where's this duel happening? No duels!
No doors on my ship. Okay, so Celestian is down in his quarters, and Diamond Hands is still in his.
Okay,
I'm just gonna watch Celestian's door.
right, we're good for now. Yell if there's any duels, okay?
Sure.
Okay. Does that end what you're doing for the second round of 3 days?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry that took so long.
No, it's good. It's good.
No,
We're
it's good.
learning some of the backstory of both Celestian and Diamond Hands. Now you all get why they both have Texan accents. It was always intended. Precordium, what are you doing besides trying to marshal your fellow members, stopping them from getting at each other's throats and dueling aboard the ship?
Well, you see, I'm gonna ignore it and let it, like, stew until it becomes an even bigger problem. Because that's what I do with all of my...
Right, bury it down deep, never seek conflict.
Deep,
Right.
never, and then when there's conflict, freak out.
Absolutely.
Like, meltdown.
Deal with it as badly as possible.
Very poorly, and I'm sure that will come back. And I'm gonna sit down with I'm gonna get some tea. I'll put on some, like, relaxing music and try to read this book again. I know this book has been kicking my ass recently, so I really need to buckle down. Maybe get through another chapter or two. That's my plan.
I can take the helm while you're reading.
Thank you. Yes, I guess I'll sit in the hallway while I read.
It's either take the helm or watch Celestian.
I'll sit in the hall while I'm reading.
Okay,
and
sure.
have my back up against his door, so he has to, like,
This is
knock
the
me
equivalent
over.
of quite literally driving with a book in your lap.
We've got well, no, I'm not driving. I'm sitting in the hallway so that Celestian, if he opens up the
Okay.
door, I'll know,
Alright.
you know?
But
Very well.
I will have to.
I'm a hall monitor. I'm like working at a college, like making sure there's no parties going on.
Making
I
sure
guess.
Celestian's got his hall pass. Okay.
What are like the upperclassmen that watch the freshman dorms?
A resident advisor.
Right, yeah, I'm an RA on the power line.
So you're gonna keep an eye
Getting
on
my homework
Celestian.
done.
Okay. He does intermittently leave his room, but he never does to do so.
No
other
dueling.
than- Yeah, he just shakes his head at you and then goes and does some, like, Dracon push-ups, getting himself ready for a duel. You know, he's sharpening his weapons on the deck, just prepared to duel at any moment.
Hey, Sebastian, what's this?
What?
It's a dead one of these.
Just keeps sharpening his blades.
Oh wow! I thought that would have gotten you.
No. Roll an intelligence check to see how much you learn from your book.
Let's see.
Oh, that's nice.
16.
Ooh, a
Bit better.
16. Okay, 2 chapters today. So, the first chapter detailed the setup and foundation of the ranches and cattle herds on the planet of Glyph. The next chapter goes into the Illithid's plans to dominate the realms of realm space by infesting each planet with a whole like clutch of mind flayers, all connected to the same singular elder brain that inhabited and commanded the Illithids of Glyph. The first raids begun on Glyph satellites. They overtook the moon of Haven, and I believe the moon of Polluter, but they met resistance when they attempted to raid the moon of Mingabwe, and that is where the aggressive expansion stopped, and the Illithids recognized that the other denizens of realm space were not as weak as they had first thought. And so their plans subverted from all-out war to covert manipulation and ceremorphosis, turning the denizens into the Illithid armies that they would then use to dominate worlds. But then the next chapter goes on to chronicle a full set of escapades between Glyph and particularly the world of Toril, where Spelljammers, Nautiloids would fly to Toril and then create nests in the large cities of the Sword Coast and beyond, but never truly finding a place for themselves. So their mentality shifted once again. Rather than trying to stay out of sight and completely avoid confrontation whilst stealing away and generating more numbers, they then admonish themselves for not realizing that creating diplomatic relations would be an even better way of kind of lulling the populations into a false sense of security, making themselves overt in such a way where they can get to know and gather information regarding the organizations and planets that they sought to possess. And so then it goes on to talk about diplomatic missions and embassies being set up, particularly on spacefaring worlds and satellites like the Rock of Brawl, where you would know, as a resident of Brawl, the Illithid embassy still operates to this day.
Well, that's enough reading for today.
Yep. Book closed. Boring.
What a snoozer.
Mm-hmm.
Still no duels happening, right?
No duels yet.
Great.
Epta, you got 3 days of talking to yourself and climbing through vents to do. What have you got? Any other plans?
Oh, I'm going to head over to Chutney.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. You go knock on Chutney's door.
Yeah, well, I like to imagine it's just like Chutney just doing his usual thing, walking on the hallway, and Epta just like appears out of nowhere from behind, like, Chutney!
Oh, where'd you come from? Snuck up on me.
I was right behind you the whole time. You just kind of passed me while I waved at you, but it's okay.
Did you see him? No, I didn't see him. Where did he come from? Is there a vent? He looks around the room. What is it, Epta?
Okay, see, you're very loud, and you're comfortable with it.
Well,
can you teach me?
I'm loud.
Yeah. But you seem very comfortable with it, so I was wondering if you could teach me how to be also loud and be comfortable with myself.
I'm offended. Are you implying that I am rudely vocal?
No.
Oh.
You just seem to have a very loud voice, and when you talk, people is like, "Oh, there's Chutney." Oh, I could
Oh,
recognize
you
him from a
mean
mile away.
I possess presence? Yes, I
Yes.
do. When I
Daddy.
speak, the world listens.
Yeah, and I want to learn how to do that.
You know, it comes from a place of my nurture. My father once said to me, Epta, the greatest cannon is your own mouth.
Oh.
For years I thought that meant I should spit projectiles out, and that things would explode. But then I realized that what he meant was that I should boom like a cannon. That I should spit words like a bombard. Yes.
Yeah. Nah, it was a lot less metaphorical for me growing up. When we were all young, a lot of us Ortlings got like little dolls and whatnot to get attached to, and when we come of age, our very hardworking supervisors would come up to us, take the dolls, and rip them in front of us, and tell us that was fake. I want you to write me a 300-page essay. Tell me why that is wrong and you're dumb.
Well, that sounds like special training in the gift platoons, but for children, that must be mentally scarring. No wonder you're the way you are. This guy's crazy. You do hear him? Like, he's mental. I know. Should I stop talking to him? There's no way I can unpackage all that baggage.
Okay, hello, Eris?
Huh? What? What'd you just say?
The other person in your head.
There's no one in my head.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was reading.
I dealt with all of that. You know, I'm all better now. There's no problems.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah. Oh, we nearly
So about
got us there, Eris. You nearly figured it all out.
You see, no, you're saying it right now, and now I'm torn between believing you because you said so, and not believing you because you just refuted what you just said right now.
You must be doing that thing. You talk in people's heads. You're reading my mind. Get out of my head.
Oh, I could. I wasn't doing that, but I can.
No, don't
we'll
do it.
We'll do it.
Okay, you're gonna
I'm just
do
gonna do it.
Okay. His
I'm
surface thoughts are, you have to help him, Epta. He's scarred.
Oh, okay. I'm not seeing you. How can I help? I only know the tearing of. Does he have a little doll that I could rip in front of him?
No, that would probably send him over the edge. You see, he was so fragile before. I've seen his memories. I know what he's been through. He needs to learn joy once again. Not in the bottom of a watermelon, but in his day-to-day. He needs to squeeze every iota of pleasure wherever he can find it.
So instead of squeezing watermelons in his mouth, we'll be squeezing joy in his mouth.
Phrasing.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm still trying to learn metaphors. Was that bad?
Yes.
Oh.
You need to help him have fun.
We can do some cleaning.
No. He won't like that.
So wait. Okay. What does he like to do? We'll do that.
He likes watermelons and explosions.
Well, we're trying to get him away from explosions.
Well, I was going to suggest the opposite.
Oh,
he really needs to explode something. It's been a really long time since he's exploded. It's all that pent-up explosiveness.
Oh
It's
no.
driving him mad.
Okay.
The
I
last
guess
time he
we'll-
exploded something, it was him.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
2
have two
bombs
of
in
them
his
on
pants.
board.
Okay. I guess we're going to explode things.
Good. Find
I'm
something
pretty
nice
sure-
and big and make a huge explosion. I'm sure that will reignite the spark inside of him. He's been working on a super secret project all this time too. It's nearly completed.
That's wonderful to know. I'll make sure to help him so he can feel happy. Maybe I'll learn how to be happy too.
Yeah, maybe. Pleasure is the essence of life.
Yeah. Like eating a block of ice.
Sure. Right,
Okay, wonderful talk. I'm going to talk to Chutney right now.
why are you looking
I'll
at
get-
me this whole time? Well, say something, you strange creature.
Okay. Do you want to finish the super secret project you have in your room?
He's gonna pull you in, like he's gonna grab you and lift you up because he's 8 feet tall and you're 3 feet tall. He's gonna pull you up to his face. Who told you about the project?
You the voice that exists in your head but also does not exist.
All right, fine. Eris is in my head, and I do have a
Okay.
secret project, but you have to keep your mouth shut about it. Do you hear?
Yeah, Eris told me to help you with it so you can be happy.
Help me. What? No, you promise you won't tell anybody.
I guess I can make a promise now.
Okay. I'll show you my super secret project next week on Spelljammer Tears of the Moon.
Oh. Cutaway gag.
That's right. Everybody tune in next week to see how much crazier I go. It's a downward spiral from here, and you're gonna want to watch the disaster all the way.
And if I lie, I get metal implements shoved in my eye.
That's right. Okay, well, that was another fantastic session. I'd like to thank all of you all for watching today, and I would like to thank all of my players for participating and putting on a great show as always. Thanks to, firstly, our anonymous gifter again for the 5 subarinos. And then thank you to Anghamarad. It's such a hard name to say. Anghamarand for giving us those biddies. And Big Mac with the raid. Thank you for bringing in some new followers. It'll be cool to see you guys for future sessions. Please do tune in if you have the time. All right. Does anybody else have anything they want to say before we leave off for another week?
Remember, everyone, no dueling until we get back.
That's right. No duels on the ship. All right?
No battles in the war room.
Mm-hmm. Just remember, you're within not feel-good ray zone. All right?
Exactly.
So no misbehaving on Precordium's power line.
Only he's allowed to misbehave.
Credit to Dylan for kick-ass name for the ship. I think that we were
Yeah, that was really
struggling for
good.
something nice, but you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the idea while watching the Goofy movie.
I knew it.
There it is. Oh wow, great! I'm so glad I agreed to this, not knowing that. Oh boy.
Yeah, eye to eye, remember?
Yeah. And thank you, Matt, for immediately trying to steal that plant even before I said anything about stealing.
Yeah. As soon as you said it was a prized possession, I was like,
I like
I
how
can
well
always
it
rely
worked
on
with.
Matt.
I like how well it worked with buying a plant. That was perfect.
Oh, so good. All right, well, that's it. That's a roundup for tonight's episode of Spelljammer Tears of the Moon. We'll see you soon. Make sure to pay attention to our socials, particularly the Patreon, where more content will be being posted over the next 2 weeks or so. But until next week, keep on jamming. Jamming.
Bye.
Jamming.
No.
I know you like
You're not gonna say
jamming
it.
too.